Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. Gonna make this beautiful beef cream sauce with mushrooms and this lovely pasta. Absolutely delicious. Takes a little while, but it is worth it. Let's go and take a look at the ingredients that we need. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here then. So fresh mushrooms, there's like 150 grams there. Our beef. Now, this is a stewing type beef, so we're going to go through that process. You might have seen me do it before. We're going to boil it out a little bit and get it nice and tender. If you've got a nice ribeye or a nice fillet or something, you won't need to do that process. Cut that nice and thin. Cream, I've got thick cream. Now, it doesn't matter if you use thick cream or thin cream. Work out just the same. 1 onion, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 tablespoon of mustard. I'm using a Dijon, quite mild. A little bit like a teaspoon of tarragon. You could change that to thyme or rosemary if you wanted. We're going to start this off with some oil, add some salt and pepper. This is delicious. So I've got my pan here, got some oil in there. I'm using the sunflower oil. You could use a different oil if you want. I'm going to drop in our beef. And like I said, I'll cut this nice and thin. They're nice thin strips. But this is a stewing beef. This is not a beautiful piece of meat that I'm using today. So what we're going to do, we're just going to add some salt, some black pepper. On a high heat, we're going to throw this around for about 4 minutes. We're then going to cover it in water and boil it out, and that's really going to make it nice and tender. See you in about 4 minutes. Okay, so what we've done here is just get a little bit of colour onto it. Cold water. Just enough to cover it over there. High heat, we're going to boil that and boil it until it evaporates. It's going to take about 7 or 8 minutes, but it's really going to help this beef taste beautiful and not like a piece of rubber. If you have, like I say, a nice quality piece of beef, you can skip this process. I'll see you in about 7 or 8 minutes. Okay, so that was about 7 or 8 minutes. You've just done yourself a really big favour by doing this process, because that's really helped that meat on its way. If you've got a really cheap piece of meat, you might want to do that twice. Anyway, in we go. Onion. Garlic, more salt and pepper, staying on a high heat. We're going to throw this around in the pan for 4 to 5 minutes. Fabulous stuff. Now I'm going to drop in our mushrooms, fresh mushrooms, a little bit of tarragon I'm using, but like I say, think of thyme, rosemary, sage, some other herb that you might like. Again, another 4 minutes or so, staying on the high heat, stirring often. Fabulous stuff, fabulous. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more water, or stock if you wanted. It's like a cup of water. Then we're going to add that mustard, that Dijon mustard. If you wanted something stronger, go for English. That's got much more of a kick to it. Then the cream, like I say, I've got 250 ml of cream here. And you can use a thick or a thin cream, it will make no difference whatsoever. Single or double cream, as we call it in the UK. I know you guys in the States call it something different. Okay, we're going to get the heat down to not a simmer, above a simmer. We're going to let this go for about 6 minutes, stirring often. We're nearly done. It's fabulous. Fantastic. Off goes the heat. A little bit of chopped parsley in there. Flat leaf parsley. Mix that in. I'm just going to get some pasta together. And this is going to be really fabulous. So I'm going to get some pasta together. Now I'm going to use this stuff. which is they're really, really big, nice and chunky shells. You can actually stuff them like that if you want, but we're going to go in and mix the sauce with them. So try and use something like a nice tube, like a nice big rigatoni or something like that. If you want, you could use tagliatelle or something, but I think a nice thick big pasta works really well with this. So once that has reached boiling point, I've got some salt in there. I'm going to boil that away. Back in a moment. Okay, so pasta's ready. It's got the sauce back on. Fabulous stuff. In she goes. Give that a mix just for like 2 minutes. And this is beautiful. I'll see you at the table. Looking forward to this one. Okay, there you go. Just serve that with a little bit more of the fresh parsley on top. That is absolutely delicious. All the effort you put into that is really going to be worth it. Okay, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up. Say hello in the comments. We love you lots. See you later.